Hi everyone, I'm Jeff Teague and this is your episode of Toyota Talk. We're going to be talking all about the world of Toyota, but who better to talk with than experts in the field. Today we've got Ken Cobb who works at Fred Anderson Toyota. How's it going, Ken?
It's going great.
That's great. How long you been at Fred Anderson Toyota?
I've been here 33 years and counting, and it's been a great career. It's a fascinating product. Toyota is one of the best products in the world.
That's great. And you're a sales manager, right?
Yeah, I am.
So you probably work with a lot of customer deals and you get to hear all different types of topics and situations. And
that is indeed correct. I do. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting time right now.
Yeah, it is. What do you mean an interesting time?
Well, a lot of people are not aware of the chip shortage. We have a chip shortage of cars, so therefore the inventory is really down at the moment.
Yeah, and I've heard that on my channel too. A lot of people, they just don't have access to cars on the lot. A lot of times you'll go to a dealership, a high volume dealership, and there might be like 20 cars on the lot or 50 cars on the lot. Have you ever seen a time like this in the car business?
I've never seen it this tough before, but it's something that we're all experiencing. We're learning to adapt and grow with it. So it's pretty interesting at the moment.
What I thought we'd do today is actually just kind of talk about what customers might be experiencing. And let's say a customer really wants to buy a car right now, and they should, because Toyota's a great product, but if they can't get it and they can't see it on the lot, we've got to make sure it's, I guess, as easy as possible for customers. What is your expectation? Like, what do you want for customers when they're coming in to look for a car now?
Well, the most important thing is that the customer will get the car that he or she wants, okay? We want everybody to have the car equipped the way they want it. However, keep in mind that the more specific you are, the longer time it may take. So we just need a little flexibility, a little patience, and we'll find the car or truck that you want.
Okay, that's great. And by flexibility, are you talking about like, let's say they want a Tacoma, something about it would change, or they could be open on certain parts of it? Like,
yeah, exactly. For instance, if a customer comes in, maybe they want a white one. If they have maybe a couple other color choices, we may be able to get that a little bit quicker. Or say they wanted a sunroof. If there is another piece of equipment on that car, if they can be flexible with taking that other piece of equipment, we can get as close as possible to the vehicle that they want.
Okay, that makes total sense. And I noticed that we have a lot of Camrys on the lot. We have a lot of Highlanders, but boy, trucks and SUVs.
Trucks and SUVs are the tough one. Hey, believe us, we want cars here too. We know that when you walk into the dealership nowadays, you see very, very low inventory. We want cars. However, the chip shortage is creating a situation where we just can't build them fast enough right now. And manufacturers have that shortage, so they can't produce them as quick as we want to.
Yeah, it's industry-wide. It's not just Toyota. A lot of times people say, Toyota, come up with those cars. But if you look at any dealership's lot, you look at GMC or you look at
Ford, Honda, it's all the same there. So it doesn't matter where you go. So.
Right. So I guess some options that customers would have is they could find, not a needle in a haystack, but they could find a car on a car's lot. What are some other options for customers as far as being able to get a vehicle?
Okay, well, the important thing is to just be patient. What we do now is we have customers come in, we sit down with them, we counsel and qualify and see exactly what they want. We have an inventory control manager. He will take a peek and see if that vehicle is available. If it's not readily available, what we do, we ask for a small deposit, and we accessorize. We have them to sign a specific sheet with the equipment listing, and we will eventually find the car that they want.
Okay, that makes sense. So then they would, I guess, find the specifications that they're interested in. And what about pricing? Is that done when a customer decides on a car? Or?
It is indeed. So what we kind of do is lock you in. So let's say a customer comes in and they want a Tacoma truck. Okay, what we ask to do is to find the exact models. We have all the pricing here. We can lock in that price at the time that they're here. So once they put in the order for that truck, when the car comes in, they already know what they're going to pay for it. So all that is done prior to the order.
Okay, that makes total sense. I had a customer in a different state. He wrote to me and said, I gave a deposit on a car, but they never said anything about pricing. What is your take on that? And
Yeah.
I sort of agree with you. That's
That can be a little tricky there. So what we do is put everything out on the table. We do upfront pricing. So when that vehicle arrives, you know exactly what you're going to pay. In certain cases, if there are any special financing, for instance, 0%, what we're allowed to do, as long as we have a vehicle locked in, we have a valid VIN number, we can lock in that financing for up to 30 days for the customer.
Oh, well,
So it kind of protects
not a
them.
lot of people knew that.
Yep, exactly. So
That's fantastic. But I heard you say about being transparent. So I guess that would be important. Customers aren't very
definitely.
familiar with the process. They don't buy cars every day, but you sell cars every day. So
absolutely. Right now, like I said, it's a different day and time, and what we have to do is to be transparent. So a customer needs to feel comfortable when they walk out of here, especially ordering a vehicle. In some cases, a vehicle that they've never seen. In cases of like the RAV Prime, a lot of customers don't even get a chance to see that particular vehicle, but we're selling just about every one that we can get.
So it's really our responsibility to make sure that customers are comfortable with the process, since they
Absolutely.
don't do this all the time.
Absolutely. That's correct.
You won't get a kick out of this, but I guess it makes our dealership look pretty fine, is that other customers are saying, I came into a dealership and they won't even talk to me. They act like they're in a position of power and they don't have to talk to me and they have to dictate the rules. And
Right.
that's not really how we operate here, is it?
It really isn't. You know, you bring up a good point there, Jeff. You know, we train our salespeople not to be arrogant or big-minded about vehicles like that. We realize that customers are kind of in a predicament, so we train a lot as to be nice and very humble to customers.
That's kind of refreshing for the car business, and that's probably stories like that are one reason why the car business has gotten, kind of a reputation, and we've always worked to put ourselves above that. So.
Absolutely, yeah, you're indeed correct. The most important thing customers can do is to take a little time, do your homework before you come in, know the type of equipment and specifications that you're looking for. That will make things go a lot smoother as well.
That makes total sense. And then, is there any advice that you would give for maybe the flip side of it? A salesperson around the U.S., they've got customers who have ordered a car. What would you think would be the most professional thing to do if you're a salesperson and you've got customers who don't know when their car's coming in, let's say?
Well, the most important thing to do is customer communication. Stay in contact with that customer. Every few days, hey, send them an email, a text, or just give them a call to give them an update on their vehicles. Customers don't always know what the process is. So we want our salespeople to be able to communicate and stay in contact with that customer every few days.
I think
keep them informed.
No, I think that's really good advice, because we're all. I mean, it sounds at the bare. When you break it down to the bare minimum. I mean, we're all just people,
Yep.
and
that's what it is. We have a product that customer would like, and believe us, we're not in love with any cars here. We like to sell every single one that we can get. Like I said when we started, it's a different day and time. It's a different process right now. So everyone has to be patient, on both sides as well.
that makes total sense. And what's always been interesting to me, I've been at the dealership since 2005. I have people who said, I used to work with Ken Cobb when he was a salesperson back in. When did you start?
Well,
what year? Do you remember?
April 4th, 1988.
I guess you do remember.
I do.
You have so many people coming to talk to you, but in my impression, and I'm just an observer right now, but you're kind and humble, and you always seem to care about what customers want, and you care about people, not just, I'm going to sell this car, I'm going to get this, and I've always respected that. So I think it makes you especially unique and one of a kind, but it also says a lot about, I guess, the way you were brought up in the car business at
absolutely.
this dealership.
This has been a great experience for me. Hopefully, I'll continue to grow. There's always learning that we have to do, but the most important thing is just to have honesty, integrity, and to believe in the customers, trying to fulfill what they want. Like I said, I'm not in love with any product. We want to make happy customers. Happy customers will return, and they'll bring their family members. And I see customers all the time in here. I've sold 1988 for some reason. I don't know. I can remember their names. It seems like every customer is a favorite customer for me. So if I can remember their name, it makes them feel really special as well. So
Yeah, I know. I think that's one lost art is that people like to hear their names. So, I mean, if you know somebody's name, say it. People were named something for a reason. And you're right.
Absolutely.
I think it does make people feel special. Well, thank you for giving your insight. We really appreciate it. It's a tough time in the car business right now.
It's challenging. So
yeah, I think it's nice to give customers tips from a human standpoint of this is what you can expect. It's a tough time, but believe me, we wish there were hundreds of cars on every lot because then you get your choices and you can come right in and, buying a car is something to be celebrated. And this is a confusing, unsure time right now. So I think anything we can do.
Right. Well, eventually we will get back to that point. Right now it will take some months to get back to that point. So try not to be too worried about it. Eventually we'll get back to where we'll have plenty of inventory and we'll fulfill all the needs.
That makes total sense. And thanks everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. If you're interested in looking at our inventory, we have a lot of vehicles here, new and pre-owned, all brands, great condition. And we've also got ones coming in. So you can look at fredandersontoyota.com. And of course, you can always see our inventory. We love to show it off on Instagram and Facebook at Fred Anderson Toyota. Ken, thanks so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Jeff.
All right. We'll see you next time.